Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli and FSD with another video. Welcome back. If you're new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. Please support me on Patreon. Today I'm going to give you a list of 20 things. 10 things that I love about my EVs and 10 things that I don't like, not about my EVs, but the EV world. I love my EVs. I have nothing negative to say. So what I like and what I don't like in general. So what I like, obviously, EVs are smooth. EVs are awesome. They are refined. They are great to drive. They are quiet and yet powerful. Number two, they are very cheap to maintain. Now, it depends which car do you own. Tesla cars, except for tires, there is and cabin filter, there is nothing to do. Nothing, zero to do. So it is very cheap to maintain. Tire rotation and tires every 30 to 50,000 miles. That's what you have to do in any car anyway, until something else will be invented that you don't have to change tires, which should be. But anyway, this is what you have to do. It's cheap to refuel. Very cheap to refuel. Depends where you live, and most of the time you charge your car at home. Depends where you live, could be 10, 15 cents per kilowatt hour, and it is 95% cheaper to charge your car at home than to go to the gas station, not to mention the trip and the time that you spend there. You just plug it at night and you go to sleep like you would with your smartphone. Okay, next one, I love it. When I saw it the first time, it's great. That electric cars, not all of them, but most of them, not all, but most, and I'll name names in a minute, have two storage places. You have a trunk, of course, every car has a trunk, but you have a frunk. Teslas are great. Mustang Mach-E, Ford F-150, and on and on and on. You go have great front cabin. Some don't have, like the Hyundais or the Nissan Leafs. They just don't. It's all one big macaroni of engines and whatever that is. So it's great to have two storage areas. The front I use just for tire related stuff, like a jack if I have flat, or air or things like that, or foam just in case you have a flat tire. Number 5, torque. Who does not love torque? Torque is addicting. It's addictive. It's great. It could be very dangerous, and it can eat your tires. But I see the torque of electric cars as a safety feature to get out of situation where you are, whether you are standstill or you are in mid motion. Next one, fuel. Clean fuel. I do not emit anything. And the next one, which is connected to the clean fuel, number 7, it would be the no exhaust system, no noise, nothing to replace, no pipes. Exhaust system is a very complicated tunnel and none of that. No ever have to go to change your broken exhaust that makes tremendous noise. Number 8, regen braking. One pedal driving result for me that I never changed my brake pads since 2015 until today in all my electric cars, Nissan Leafs and Teslas and all that. Never once I had to change my brake pads. That is $300 to $500 savings each time you had to do it, and that happens every 30,000 miles. And somebody like me who drive tens of thousands of miles each year, I have not done that since I started owning electric cars. That is incredible. That's what regen braking does for you with what pedal driving and the results of the brake pads. No oil leaks. Who likes oil leaks? I don't know anybody who appreciate an oil leak. I just sold my 2016 Chevy Volt plug-in hybrid. I had it since 8 years, and I spent $900 on a major oil leak. Okay, and that's when I decided no more gas cars for me. It was a plug-in hybrid, but still had an engine, which is a disaster. And this is what was one of the biggest criticism of electric cars. If I buy electric car, I need to have another gas car to go long distances. No, my electric cars are good for everything. My Teslas go anywhere you want. There's chargers anywhere you want. And even the non-Tesla cars have chargers, and some of them can use Tesla already. Your electric car is all you need. Now, what I don't like, let's start from 10 to 1. And number 10 is it depends on the country you live. It's still expensive. Electric cars are still cost more than their counter equivalent of gasoline cars. Now, after we said that there's a lot of incentives in the United States and other countries, but not all cars get the same incentives, depend on the battery and the chemistry. And if you are eligible for incentive, then you will pay much less than you will pay for the equivalent gas cars. You can buy a Tesla Model Y standard range, the long range one motor for less than $30,000. That has incentives. But there are some cars that are not made in the United States and don't have that incentive. So it depends on the country. Okay? Go down. People think that the grid will collapse if everybody is going to move to electric cars. That it's not true unless the town, the governments, local governments are going to be prepared for that. If the grid is built correctly and if there is equal distribution of power, and if we use wind and solar and natural gas and all of the above solutions, the grid will be just fine if everybody will move to an electric car. Number 8, things that this bothers me a lot, especially with car fires, that people ignore that electric cars go on fire, or electric cars are much more dangerous, or if you drive an electric car, you will get cancer in 1 year, which has nothing to do with true data. Electric cars are by far less to set on fire than a gasoline car. That is for sure. Okay. Next, being told that EVs won't catch on. Let me just give you numbers, and each country is different. The United States is not doing well in this, not doing fast. The adoption is not fast. That is true. Not as fast as Norway, which is 80-90% of all cars. My hometown, my homeland, Israel, 23% this year. Last year it was 18% of all new cars sold are EVs. That's incredible. Incredible. So it depends. Some countries, the EV revolution happened really quickly, and some are lagging, like the United States. Even though the United States has a lot of incentives, I think the issue is not enough choices in the United States. There are no Chinese choices at all, which are the most popular cars in the world. But that's geopolitics. I'm not getting into that. Next one, people still think, I have a lot of friends who have muscle cars who still thinks that electric cars are like golf cars. And of course, we know it's stupid. It's not the case at all. So I challenge all my friends by one way. I just give them the key car, say, go drive around, come back, and tell me when you want to buy an electric car. And that's always what happened. I have a lot of friends with gasoline head. Once they drive an electric car, they said, okay, sorry, I didn't know that these cars are really, really powerful and fast. Next one, there is a mentality, and I see it a lot in supercharger or rest areas, us versus them, like truck drivers or pickup truck drivers who give you a look of, why are you driving this car? Oh, there's something wrong with you. Not to say to them, this car is made in America. It gives a lot of people a lot of jobs. So there is like the ICE versus EV mentality. Still, not as much as it used to be, but it's still there. Okay? Next one, you still have to explain yourself. I still have to tell people that there is no miles per gallon thing. It's not a thing in electric cars. You don't put gasoline. You can say this is equivalent to that. Yes, that is more difficult explanation. Miles per gallon equivalent, but there are no gallons of gas going into electric cars. Nothing. You don't have to put gas at all. So that is still have to explain yourself certain things. Or how far does it go? Or does it take 3 hours to charge the car in a supercharger? No, it takes 15 minutes and you can go to your next destination. All right. The next one, oil companies, they are still out there to get electric cars. And that's very, very unfortunate. They will have to join or they'll get extinct. So we'll see what happens. Next one, it's still a thing, and it's from liberal mainstream media, like the disgraceful New York Times, who still spread fake news about EVs, especially Tesla, which does not advertise anything on those mainstream media. And the fake news about EVs, especially Teslas, in the United States is like almost it's a pathology. It's laughable. Anyway, and last but not least, I am not a socialist and I am not a tree hugger. I do love electric cars and I do love the environment. That doesn't make me a socialist or a communist, not at all. So people still think this is a thing. It isn't. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.